Welcome back, guys. So I have integrated my inventory service as well as payment service with PostgreSQL. So if you would like to see that how to integrate the services with the Postgres database, you can see my order service demo or CQRS demo. So let me walk you through the logic I have implemented here. So first, after receiving the message from the order service, we will we are extracting the product information and the order ID, and we are passing that information in our handle order created method. So in handle order created method, I am iterating each item and loading the inventory object. So once I am getting the inventory object, I am subtracting the available inventory with the inventory we are getting from the order. And then if the balance is greater than zero, then we are adding the entry in a database with the reserve status, with the type of sale. So after we will do this, then we will send the information to the payment service, and after we send this information to the payment service, our payment service will proceed with the payment accordingly. So there is one another modification I have done here in the order service. Let me walk you through that as well. So over here I have included uh, the order item details here. So because if we send the order to our inventory service, then we will have the detailed information about the products. So let me walk you through the payment service also. So in my payment service, I created a very simple example everywhere. So in my payment service, there is a database called pay statement, and database uh, has the hard coded last four digits of the card, and then the current payment date, and then example amount of $100, and uh, gateway type. It could be Stripe, PayPal. I mean, when you're going to integrate this with the actual payment gateways, then you can specify anything. But in my case, I'm just hard coding it, and then the event type. So the logic is very simple here. So if this variable is true, then it is returning a success, or otherwise a failure. So once whatever the status we will set here, we will produce a message from here, and we will handle that message and change the status in our inventory service as well as in our service accordingly. So now let's run the demo and see that how these services are updating the data in case of payment failure. So all three services are up and running at the moment. So now let's create the order and see that what the behavior we are getting. So the order is created. I put the breakpoint on the relevant places. So you can see here that the entry is not yet created. I put the break point here before it creates the entry in the database. So let's create the entry. So let's check that how the entry is showing in the database. So let's open this uh, DB Viewer, and in my Saga database, let's open the order table, and you can see here that there is one another entry with the pending status. So let's open the order item also. So in the order item we have two different entries here. Now let's produce the message from the order service so that our inventory service could consume it and create the inventory accordingly. So the order has been produced, and in my inventory service we are getting the information about what the order has been created. So let's proceed with this, and you can see here that new entry has been created in the database. So let's verify it. So in my um, database, let's open it, And you can see here that two new entries are available there with the reserved status. Now let's produce the message that inventory has been reserved so that our payment service could proceed with the payment. So here we are in the payment service and we are going to make the payment. So once the payment is created, then you can see here that my payment is explicitly failed and our rest of the other services are going to change the status of each entry in each database accordingly, and they are going to compensate the transactions when the payment is going to fail. So this payment fail message has been produced. Okay, so I think that I didn't put the breakpoint in case of failure, but let's verify it from the database. So earlier we have the reserve status and refresh it. Now our transaction has been compensated and this order has been cancelled, and let's verify it from here also. So you can see that my order has been cancelled also. So we are compensating the transaction in each service, and that compensation logic has been written in each microservice according to how the status we are getting from our payment service.